Very good afternoon, everyone. A very good afternoon and welcome to today's Unit 1 class. All of y'all, we'll be having a very short class today. Okay, boys, girls, all of y'all, we still do have a lot of questions remaining from topic 4. Am I right? In topic 4, we still have a lot of diagrams to deal with. Okay, but I will not be doing those today. I'm going to start topic 5. Okay, topic 5 has altogether 2 parts. Okay, topic 5 has 2 or 3 parts. Okay. Let's get moving. Let's get started with this. Okay, everybody, can you all come over here? Data and databases. For your information, everybody, now we are going to get an introduction to how we are going to have an introduction to the topic of databases. Okay, in A2 Unit 4 is there no? A2 Unit 4 is entirely based on databases. Okay, so here we give you all the introduction. The real work happens where? The real work happens in A2. Here we give you all an introduction. We explain a little bit of coding over here. There is a new language that you all will be learning here called SQL. Not in part 1, in part 2. Okay. But the real deal of databases happens in A2 Unit 4. That is, very much later. Right. Boys, girls, everybody, can we come down to topic 5, part 1? Guys online, I'm sending it to you all. Can you all have a look over here? Topic 5 part 1. Let's see what is all this data about. Okay, boys, girls, everyone look here below. Okay, Shimon, all of you, do you all have the tute with you all? Everyone has, right? Okay. Right, boys, let's get moving. Everyone, can you all come to the introduction over here? Everyone, can we read the introduction first? Okay, and then I'm going to move away from here quite quickly. Read the introduction, guys. They say something. Data is very valuable, especially our personal data. Can we stop there for a second, guys? What do you all know about data? When we say data, what do you all know about it? How would you explain data to somebody? If your parents asked you, what is this data? What does it mean? How would you answer? What would you tell them about data? Is it something that even you can understand? Data is something that even we do not understand it. Is it clear? So guys, above data, everybody, can you all put above data raw facts? Okay, above data, can you all put a text box that says raw facts? Okay, everybody, I'll give you all examples. Raw facts, it doesn't make sense yet. Okay, something needs to be done to it in order for it to make sense. Okay, anyone knows what you mean by personal data then? Personal data is facts that are related to us. It is some fact, for example, a number is there, some letters are there. Okay, it states something about us, but exactly what is it about us, we don't understand. That's what we call data. It's in raw format, we don't understand it yet. Okay, right. It is important that we know how it is stored and how it is used by organizations. Then everybody, can you all read the next paragraph? Organizations may collect data using 2 methods. May store data using 2 methods, structured or unstructured. We will talk about this in this coming chapter. Okay, right. Now guys, girls, everybody, can you all read the last paragraph now? You will learn how the data in a database, a software used to collect and store data. What do we call it? Database. A software used for collecting and storing data is known as database. Okay, so we are going to learn how this software works, and we are going to learn a new language here called SQL, Structured Query Language. Something brand new is about to come up. Okay, now boys, girls, first of all we need to understand what do you mean by data. So everybody, can you all come down to page number 3? Read the bold words I have given you all. They do not have any meaning for us. Everybody, it's like, for example, if I were to present an uncooked chicken in front of you. Okay, you all know chicken, right? If it is uncooked in front of you, it's useless. But the moment it is cooked, it becomes useful for you, right? Once you give somebody a cooked chicken or roasted chicken, whatever it is, that chicken becomes useful for the person because it has been cooked. When it is uncooked, there is nothing you can do with it other than cook it. Similarly, data on its own doesn't make any sense to you. Your data has to be It has to become information. It has to become meaningful. In order for data to become information, in the middle, what should happen? Louder? It has to be processed. Your data needs to be processed in order for it to become meaningful to you. So guys, do you all agree with this sentence now? Data can be text, it can be values, it can be a symbol, it can be images, it can even be a sound, but it doesn't have any meaning to us. Is it clear? You see some letters on the screen, it makes no sense to you. This is what we call data. For example, look at this example over here. This is, for example, 1008. 1008 doesn't mean anything to it. But the moment I process it, I can tell you 1008 is my student ID number. Now that makes sense to you. Is it clear? Oh, I can tell you 1008 is the profit we earned this month. Now that makes sense to you. Is it clear? But when I just tell you 1008, it's data. It doesn't make any sense. It's a raw fact. But the moment I process it and tell you now 1008 is the profit that we have made this month, now that becomes information. Can you guys keep reading it? Read this paragraph. What does this data mean? It is just a value, it's just a number to us. It makes no sense. It could be a year, it could be the number of people at a football match, it could be the price of a product. Without any meaning, we are just guessing. Okay, boys, come on, devices away. Okay, now read the next paragraph, everybody. There are 1008 official Pokemon cards or characters. What do you call it? 1008 Pokemon what? Characters. Okay, I should have put the word character here. There are 1008 official Pokemon characters. Now, does that make sense to you all? Now, do you all understand the purpose of 1008? Now, you all do understand the purpose of 1008. So, now it becomes information. Okay, so boys, girls, this is your data. This is your information. So, data plus meaning or data along with some context is equal to what we call information. Nothing complex so far, right? Everybody okay with this? Right. Keep reading it, guys. Data can be of two structural forms. Number one is structured data. Structured data means what? There is a structure in collecting and storing the data. The opposite of structured is unstructured. There is no format, there is no structure being maintained. Everyone okay with this? Can you all remember these two words? I'll tell you all the meanings very shortly. I'll give you all real life examples. Can you all remember these two words? Data can be of two types, structured or unstructured. Okay? Right. Can you guys come down to structured data? What do you all see about structured data? It is data that follows a structure. So let's take some examples. Okay? So everybody, can you all read the third paragraph? This structure is normally a set format that matches the data type. I'll give you all an example. When I'm asking you for your date of birth, don't we follow a given structure? Don't we follow a given format? What's the format we follow normally? In a form, if I ask you for your date of birth, I will ask you what's your day, what's your month, what's your year, isn't it? I give you a format to follow. So your date of birth is an example of what? Structured data. Everyone okay with this? Think about this. When it comes to reviews, you can give a rating plus you can give a review. You can give a description. Think about the rating, guys. Out of how much can you choose? You can choose only out of 5. There is a format. The maximum you can go is 5. The lowest you can go is 1. Now, when it comes to ratings, because it is structured, can I sort the ratings? Can I sort ratings? I can sort ratings. I can say give me from highest to lowest because it is structured. Can I filter? I only want to see the 5-star ratings. Can I do that? I can do that because it is structured. Everyone okay with this? Now think about a review. What's a review? A review is a description, right? You write how your experience at the restaurant was, how your experience at the grocery store was. You write your experience. Now when you guys type your experience, do we all follow a format? Do we all, start in a certain way, in the middle we type something, in the end? Do we all follow a format? No. Some of us, we put text plus pictures. Some of us, we don't put any text, we only put pictures. Some of us, we put pictures, videos and text. Some of us, we just put a thumbs up. Isn't it? When it comes to the review, there is no proper format being maintained. But when it comes to the rating, is there a format being followed? For the rating, there is a format being followed. You can only rate it out of 5. Minimum is 5, lowest is 1. But when it comes to your review, there is no format being maintained. So your review will come under what? Your review will be known as unstructured data. And your rating, boys, girls, your rating will be known as what? Structured data. There is a format for you to follow. Adil, are you with me? Okay. Right. Can you guys read the example I have given you? The price of a product is? The price of a product is $1.95. Keep reading it. This is an example of a structured data. How is it structured, guys? Number one, we have a currency to follow. The value has a currency symbol. Next, it is in float format. You know what is float format? It's in decimal format. Okay. In the email example, guys, I haven't given you all this example. I'll show it to you all shortly. So everybody, if you take an email, in an email, guys, the date and time is an example of structured data. You know why? Because in every email, the way the date is recorded, is there a format to be followed? There is a format to be followed. In every email, the time is recorded in a given format, right? So these are examples of what we call structured data. There is a format to be followed. You can't record data the way you want. Are we all okay with this? This is an example of structured data. So guys, when you have data structured, it becomes easy for you to search. It becomes easy for you to filter. Are we all okay with this? Now when it comes to searching for reviews, reviews becomes a bit difficult to search. Because in reviews, is there a structure being maintained? No, everybody is typing it the way they want. But when it comes to ratings, it becomes easy for us to sort it, for us to filter it, because there is a format being followed. Okay? Alright, can you guys come down to the next page, the next page? Another common use of structured data is in something called machine learning. What is machine learning? The name itself tells you. The machine is learning on its own. It's going through data and learning on its own. Keep reading it, guys. Machine learning relies on data being structured. Can you all remember that fact for me? Machine learning works on structured data. Okay, so that it can be easily searched and manipulated. Are we all okay with this? Improving the learning of AI that uses it. So guys, can you all read the example again I have given you all? For example, a plant identification app could use machine learning. Lots of structured data about different plants could be stored by the app, such as various plant colors, various plant heights, various plant types. This is data that is specific and can have a format. So for example, they'll say, for example, when it comes to plant color, they might give you a drop down menu to choose the color that you want. You can't type in your own color. When it comes to height, for example, what do you think they would have done? When it comes to height, if they want to structure it, what do you think they would do for height? Drop down menu for height. You think it's a good idea? If you are asking somebody to write their height, you want to ensure that they all follow a given format. So what would you do? Text box, okay. Allow them to type whatever they want. Maximum, minimum. Dare type. Okay, you will say I'm accepting only numbers. Something else? Tell me an example of a height. 5 foot 11. I gave you all a hint.
Feet and inches.
You will define the unit, right? You will define the unit. Is it clear? In the form, you will say we want all the heights in this unit. Give it to us all in inches or give it to us all in meters. You will define the unit. What about type? Plant type, most probably. Will you allow the user to type the type? Bad idea, right? People will type it in different ways. It will lead to data inconsistencies. So most probably for plant type also, you will have a drop down menu. Tell them choose one of these types. Everyone okay with this? So when data is following a format, we call it structured data. Is it clear? So then it becomes easy for users to search. Shall I give you all an example? One more example. Take booking.com, everybody. Everybody in booking.com, every hotel has to follow a given format. So it becomes very easy for users to search for the perfect hotel they want. I'll show you how much they are structured. So we'll say, for example, I want to go to Allah, for example. Allah has a lot of hotels over there. We'll say Allah. Now can you see? You can choose your dates. So I'll say, for example, 27 to 30th. How many adults? 2 adults we'll say. And we'll click on search. Watch this. When I click on search boys, girls, can you all see over here? Let me zoom in. Boys, girls, look here. Where is it? On the left hand side, can you see? Boys, girls, you can, boys, look here below. You can start filtering by whether they have a swimming pool, yes or no. Whether they are a hotel, yes or no. Do they want prepayment, yes or no. You can start filtering by these factors. You get it? Because when this hotel was signing up, they had to manually answer this question. Swimming pool, yes or no. Is it a hotel? Is it a villa? Is it a bungalow? They had to choose a hotel type. When it came to prepayment, they had to say yes or no. When it came to breakfast included, they had to say yes or no. You get it? So now for you to search it, it becomes a lot easier. Okay guys, what is my point over here? When data is structured, for you to search it, for you to filter it, one word we can use for search and filter is manipulate. For you to manipulate your data and get results that are meaningful to you becomes very, very easy. I'll show you all one more thing. Can you all see? I can even adjust by price. Okay, all the prices have been recorded in a certain format. So I can adjust. I can say, what, give me for between 1,000 to 10,000 only per night. So now it does a research and tells me, you know what, these are the hotels where per night it's between 1,000 to 10,000. And they have so much more filters. Look at this. You guys, let me just show you how crazy booking.com is. Can you see the different villa types, the property types? You can choose them. Then guys, if you come down, you can talk about the facilities. I want only hotels that have these facilities in them. Everybody okay with this? You can choose by facility here. Okay? Right. Then boys, girls, can you all come down to unstructured data? Data where there is no format being maintained. It's being recorded however it is. Can everyone read it? Unstructured data is data that does not have a fixed structure or format. It could contain a mixture of lots of different data types. Okay? Think about a customer review, guys. In that paragraph, there would be currency values, there would be text values, there would be number values, there would be images, there would be videos. A mix of everything is there. Okay? So everybody, in the body of an email, I'm not talking about the to field, I'm not talking about the date field, I'm not talking about the subject field. I'm talking about the body of the email. In the body of an email, is there a fixed format you have to follow? There is no fixed format, right? So the body of an email is what we call unstructured. You can put the data, you can put data however you want. Okay? So guys, can you all read this bold word over here? Something new coming up. Unstructured data is often qualitative rather than quantitative. You know what quantitative is? You can count. Qualitative is you can't count. You are checking the quality of an item. Okay, this sounds confusing. We will go through it in detail in a little while's time. Okay, keep moving. Read the other example I have given you all about social media posts. Another example of unstructured data are the social media posts that you may regularly create. Now boys, girls, when you all create social media posts, is there a format you have to follow as such? No. Your photographs can be of any type, isn't it? You can have a photograph and a video, isn't it? Okay. They will probably have no structure set and will just contain information for your friends about the things that you are doing that day. Okay. Okay, so everybody, when collecting data, so everybody, when you join Platinum, how do you think we collected data about you? In a structured manner, unstructured manner? Structured, right? We said first name here, last name here, date of birth is day, month here. Then we asked you about your parents' details. So we would have said father's details over here, mother's details over here, guardian details over here. We would have asked you for your address separate, for your city separate, for your province separate, isn't it? When we were collecting your data, when you were joining Platinum, most probably we followed a structured method, where we had a certain format you had to follow in giving us your data. Everyone okay with this? Okay. Then read the benefit of unstructured format. When you go with the unstructured format, you are giving the user the freedom to express themselves however they want. Okay, everybody? But the problem with unstructured format is for you to manipulate that data, it becomes quite difficult. Okay, everybody? It's like, for example, when somebody gives a review, for you to understand that review, you have to read the entire thing to understand it. You get it? But if you had a format, for example, when you go on, when you book a hotel through booking.com, they have a structured format for their reviews. So they'll first ask you, rate the staff, rate the room, rate the food, rate the swimming pool. One by one, they ask you questions, and they ask you to rate each and every one of these facilities. So then when they show their listing, everyone look here, booking.com, let me show you here. Booking.com is able to manipulate it. Let me open up a hotel here. Let's open up this hotel here. Can you see? Where is it? When I go to reviews, for each facility they have a rating. Why is it so slow? No, why it's so slow? So boys, girls, this is the overall rating, 7.8. Now when you come over here, where is it? Let's go down, down, down. Here you are. Can you see staff? They got a rating of how much? 9.2. When it comes to comfort, they got a rating of 7.8. When it comes to free Wi-Fi, they got a rating point for 8. So when you're searching for a hotel, can you filter your results by, I only want hotels that have a rating of 9.0 and above for Wi-Fi. Can you do that? You can do that. Okay, because when it comes to booking.com, when it comes to collecting reviews, they collect it in a structured format. Are we all okay with this? Okay, but for example, when you're searching on Google, when you're searching on Google Maps for hotels, can you search for hotels that have very good Wi-Fi? You can't. You'll have to manually read the reviews to see if they have mentioned Wi-Fi is good or not. Because Google reviews is going with an unstructured format. But booking.com is following a structured format when collecting reviews. Are we all okay with this? Right. Now you'll have a basic understanding of structured versus unstructured, right? Okay. Now boys, girls, can you all see the meaning of these three words? Everybody see the meaning of these three words below. Qualitative data, quantitative data, and unstructured data. Okay. So qualitative data, data that cannot be easily measured, such as a written description. So now boys, girls, read quantitative data. Read quantitative data below. Data that can be measured, this is quantitative, such as a set of numeric values. And unstructured data is data that has no specific format. Now boys, girls, let's take an example. Next week parents meeting now, we'll take an example. Your parents come and ask me, okay, how is my son's performance? And I tell you know what, your son scored 80 for unit 1 and 50 for unit 2. This is what type of data? Your parents ask me, how is my son's performance? And I said, you know what, unit 1 he scored 80, unit 2 he scored, what did I say earlier, 70 will say. What type of data is this, qualitative or quantitative? This is quantitative, right? I gave them a value, it's quantitative. I can measure your performance by your marks. Then your parents go on to ask me, how is his behavior in class? And I say, it's good. Now what is this? I say, you know what, he's a good kid, you know, he behaves well, he does his work in the class, sometimes he's a bit late. I give a description like this. What would you call this? This is qualitative. There are no numbers attached to it. You can't measure it. You can't measure this as such. Okay, and then guys, when I talk about your performance, so for example, I'll tell his parent, you know, he's a good kid, he does his work, you know, I say something. Then when I go to his parent, I say, you know what, he's not that good, you know, he's a bit of a nuisance in the class. Okay, can you measure? You have an idea. This is better than that. You have an idea. But can you properly compare the two? Properly compare the two, difficult. Okay, I have given you an idea. You know this student's behavior is better than this student. Okay, or sometimes to make it more complex, I can say even though he is a nuisance in the class, he does all his homework really well. I add a but to it, okay, but he does all his homework really well, okay, and he helps us in any activities happening at Platinum, okay. So now to compare his final discipline performance is going to be difficult because I have given a description. Everybody okay with this? One more thing, boys, girls, one more thing. When I speak about both of their discipline, is it structured in any format? There is no structure, right? I'm talking in any order. For him, I spoke about class performance. For him, I started talking about, what did I talk about? Helping in activities at Platinum. Is it clear? There is no proper structure being maintained. So we call this unstructured data. When there is no structure being maintained, we call it unstructured data. Are we all good with this, everybody? So now you all know the difference between qualitative, quantitative and unstructured data. Are we all good with this, everybody? Right. Now, boys, girls, I have given you another example. Can you all read this example over here? It's a bit warm, right? Isn't it? Everyone, read this example over here. Look at these two questions I have asked, that they have asked. The first question, what is your favorite feature about your phone? Select one option only. Am I following a format here? Boys, girls, am I following a format in the first question? Why no? I am following a format, right? I have given them a list of choices and I have said choose only one. Is it possible for me to measure how many people chose screen size, how many people chose battery life? I can measure, right? Once I get the results and record the results, I can easily measure which was the most popular feature, which was the least popular feature. I can easily measure. Read the second question. In the second question, I'm giving you freedom to describe your favorite feature. Now what's going to happen? Is it possible for me to measure the features that users spoke about? It will be quite difficult for me to measure because all of you have written in your own ways. So question number 1 is an example of structured data and question number 2 is an example of unstructured data. Are we all okay with this, boys, girls? So far, what did we learn now? We learned data, we learned information, we learned structured data, we learned unstructured data. Go on. Qualitative data, quantitative data. This is what we have learned so far. Are we good? Yes, all of you all? So far, so good? Right. Then, boys, girls, can you all come down to the next part? Yes, all of you all boys, come down to the next part. Data extraction. Everyone, you're collecting so much of data about your customers, right? Isn't it? You're collecting so much of data. If you take the internet, guys, we have something called cookies. What do cookies do? Cookies, they track our online activity. So a lot of data about us is being collected. If you take a supermarket like Cargill's or Arpico or Spa, they have a lot of data about our purchases. Now there is no point collecting data if you are not going to make this data useful for you. Agree with me? There is no point in collecting data if you are not going to use that data to serve your customers better. Everyone okay with this? Why is Arpico collecting data about you? Why is Arpico having a loyalty scheme and giving you points? Why? They want to track you by your purchase, right? They want to know who is buying what. Why do they want to know all this? When they have all this data, it becomes easier for them to optimize their business, isn't it? When they know what are people buying, when are they buying it, how often are they buying it, what type of people are buying it, it becomes easier for them to run their business. They can serve you better when they know exactly what you're interested in. How is social media surviving, guys? Why is social media so addictive? Is social media randomly, boys over there? Senuka, all of y'all, are you with me? Is social media, is TikTok, Instagram randomly showing you posts? Answer is no. There is a reason you're seeing that post. They know very well what you're interested in. They know very well what you're fearful of. They know very well what you want to purchase. Based on that, they're showing you content. Okay, guys? So, how do they know what content to show you? They have been continuously tracking your interests. Okay? Because they have been tracking your interests, they know exactly what to show you. Now boys, girls, can you all read with that understanding? Can you all read this paragraph? Okay. Data extraction and its benefits. Let's see what extraction is all about. Can you guys go through data extraction? Data extraction is the process of taking the most beneficial data from a large volume of data and processing it to make that data meaningful to you. Everyone okay with this? Everyone, are you okay with this? What is data extraction? Taking data from a large volume of data, okay? Taking the most beneficial data, or basically manipulating your data to make it useful to you, okay? This information can then be used by an organization to improve their daily actions and procedures to create more sales or better services, okay? You guys, have you all noticed supermarkets regularly keep changing their layout? Okay, sometimes you notice there are certain things on a shelf. Okay, for example, all the biscuits are kept on a certain shelf. 2 months later, when you go, you will notice the biscuit shelf has been moved somewhere else. Why did they move it? Based on their market research, they discovered, you know what, keeping biscuits over here, customers are not purchasing. If we keep it next to something else, there's a higher chance of them making a purchase. Is it clear? So businesses are constantly looking at data for ways of how they can improve their business, for ways that they can better serve their customers. Okay, now boys, girls, can you all read the next paragraph? Companies carry out a process called data mining. Everyone know what mining is? Mining is, right? Mining is basically digging. Digging for what? Everybody? No, I'm asking in real life. When they do mining for what? Coal, metals, precious metals, fuel. They mine to get something useful, right? They do severe digging to get something useful. The same applies with data mining. They dig deep into the data to find useful data. Data that can tell them more about their customers. Okay? Can you guys read it? They will need to process this data to get some meaningful information from it that they can use. Now I have given you all an example about a clothing company. Can you guys read it to yourselves? Read the example of a clothing company. They want to release a new sweatshirt. Okay? But what material, what color, what shape, male or female, so many questions are there. Okay, for them to find the ideal audience, they are going to go through their data. Read it. They want to release it in 5 different colors. They know that they want to have black color as one color and cream as another. But they don't know what the other 3 colors should be. They know black and cream we need. What should the other 3 be? We don't know. So how do we deal with it? They think it might be blue, green and red, but they are not sure. The company could mine data. What do you mean by mine? Now they have customer purchase records now. They can go through those records to see what colors are the most popular colors among customer purchasers. Then further filter it. When it comes to a When it comes to a sweatshirt, which of these colors are the most popular? Which gender is purchasing them the most? How often do they purchase it? Okay? Keep reading it. So if they go to have a customer, you know what's a survey, right? A survey is where you issue a form and tell customers to fill it. So in that form, you can ask customers, what is your favorite color for a sweatshirt? But if you are a large business, you're going to get 1,000,000 responses from customers. Now you have to go through those 1,000,000 responses and find what are the popular colors. So initially you will eliminate black and cream because you have already decided to take those 2 colors. Then you have to check on the other colors. Everybody are reading this example? This is an example of something called data mining. Okay? Okay, then they, after putting black and cream out, they can then see from the remaining what are the most popular or what are the colors that have been chosen the most. Okay, this would allow them to see if blue, green and red would be the correct choices, or if there are any other colors that may be more popular. Boys, girls, are we okay with this? This is a simple example of data mining. Everyone okay with this? Okay, right. Data mining is basically you are going through a large volume of data, trying to find data that would be useful to you. Okay, right. Can we all move down, everybody? What type of data would they receive? The information that is revealed as a result of data extraction is very valuable to an organization. It can help inform lots of decisions such as what their next product should be, how to improve the sales of a current product, what to invest on or what investments to make, what services they could improve, what the next technological advances could be, how are they performing against their competitors. Okay, boys, girls, when you do data extraction, when you go through your collected data, these are some of the questions that you would be able to answer. Okay, boys, everyone behind IAL with me? Okay. This information could then be used to make important decisions such as marketing campaigns, new product developments, and where to base a new organization. Boys, girls, are we all okay with this, everyone? Okay. Right, now boys, girls, everybody, now we are going to have a look at structured data in a database. Everyone look here. So everyone know the software we use for a database? SQL, no, that's a language. I'm asking the software. We are going to use software called Microsoft Access. Not in AS, in A2. Here we'll be only using SQL. Here we'll only be using a language called SQL. In A2, I will teach you all Microsoft Access. Now boys, girls, look here. I'm going to open up a database now. Where is it? I'll open up the O-level one I'm doing right now. Right. Now boys, girls, we'll talk about a taxi booking database. I need a database to store all details about various taxis that have been booked. Okay, give me a second to find it. Okay, I need a database to collect data about various taxi bookings that take place. Now, boys, girls, all of you all, can you all slowly read this area? One of the main ways that data is structured, one of the main ways that data is formatted, arranged, organized is in what we call a database. We can use a database to structure our data. Boys, girls, inside a database, what do we have? A simple database normally has only one table. A simple database will have only one table inside it. Read the next one. A table in a database is a collection of data that is related. Okay, so everybody, if you open up a database, if you open up a table, inside everyone, I'm inside a database. Okay, can you all see the tables on the left hand side? We have a booking table, we have a customer table, we have a driver table. Everyone look here below. Shimar, all of you, what's going on over there? Are you all with me? Look over here below. Everybody, can you all see? Inside this database, I have three tables. A table to record all the bookings, a table to record all the details about customers, a table to record all the details about a driver. Are you all okay with this? Right. Now read the next sentence. It is normally structured in columns and rows. A column in a database is called a field. Now boys, girls, when I open up a table, what do you all see over here? Can you all see? We call these columns, right? Normally we call them columns. In a database, we don't say column. What do we call them? Driver ID is a field. Driver name is a field. Driver date of birth is a field. Driver gender is a field. Driver contact is a field. Can you guys remember this? In spreadsheets, in Microsoft Word and all, we call it columns. But the moment we get into a database, we call them fields. Everyone okay with this? So over here at the top, this is a field, 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 field. And there is also one more field. Are we all okay with this? These are our fields. Then what do we call these? Boys, girls, look here below. What do we call these then? Let's go and have a look. Everyone read the next paragraph here. Shame boys, all of you all. A row in a database is called a record. So everyone, how many records do we have here? We have 5 records over here, right? We have 5 drivers over here. Hence, it means what? We have 5 records. Everyone okay with this? We have 5 records over here. Right. Can everyone keep reading it? Can you look at this example over here? Everyone, can you read this example over here? Boys, girls, look at this example over here below. An example. Okay, look at this table here. So guys, how many fields do we have here? In this example here. We have 3 fields, right? Song title, artist and genre. These are the 3 fields. How many records do we have? We have 4 records, isn't it? Every row is 1 record. We have 4 records and we have 3 fields. Are we good, everybody? Alright, can you guys keep reading it? A more complex database will have multiple tables. Everybody okay with this? A more complex database will have multiple tables. And this type of database is called what? A relational database. So what is a relational database? A database with multiple tables. And these tables are all connected, related to each other. Shall I prove it to you all, everyone? Guys, girls, look over here. When I come over here, database tools, everyone look here. If I come to relationships, what do you guys see over here? Can you all see the tables are connected to each other? The customer table is connected to the booking table. The driver table is also connected to the booking table. Do you all see this? Tables are all connected to each other. Are we all good with this, everyone? Right. Then boys, girls, everyone, can we learn some terms over here? Everybody, can you all understand these terms over here? Types of keys in a database. Okay? Can everyone read that paragraph over there? The tables in a relational database are linked together. Didn't I show that to you all? Everybody, I just showed it to you all, right? Tables are connected to each other. Okay? How do we connect it, guys? Using something known as keys. There are 3 different keys. Everybody, we are going to have something known as a primary key. Now let me first tell you all what a primary key is. Now boys, girls, look here. Look at the driver table. In order for us to identify a driver, everyone look here below. In order for us to identify a driver, let's leave the driver example out below. We'll take platinum. In platinum, for us to identify a student, if example I am referring to a student to talk about their payment. When I am referring to a student, I can refer to the student by their first name. Will I run into any problem if I refer to them by their first name? What's the problem? There would be multiple students with the same name. What about surname? Still the same problem. What about contact number? What about siblings? Siblings might have the same contact number, right? So I cannot refer to them by name, by surname or by contact number. So what do we do at Platinum? For every student we assign a admission number or a student ID number, isn't it? Every student at Platinum has a unique ID number. Agree with me, boys? Every student at Platinum has a unique number. What do we call that number? Student ID number. Now boys, girls, whenever we are referring to a student, we refer to them by their what? By their student ID number, right? Now look at the drivers over here. We refer to every driver by what? By the driver ID. When we are referring to a driver, guys, we don't refer to them by their name. We refer to them by their driver ID. In Sri Lanka, as citizens of Sri Lanka above the age of 17 or 18, how does the government refer to you? By your ID number, right? Any document you fill, any government document you fill, okay, they ask you for what? NIC number. Everyone okay with this? I'll ask you all one more question. When you all go to a supermarket, every bill is recorded, no? Every bill has a unique phone number. ID, right? Every bill at the top, what will they mention? Bill ID, bill number. Is it clear? So if there is a problem, let's say for example, they have overcharged you. When you go and complain to the manager, what does the manager do? The manager will check the bill ID. When he knows what the bill ID is, then from his end, he can make the changes. When you call Pick Me to complain about a booking, what will they ask you? They will tell you, sir, calm down, tell us your trip ID number. Is it clear? Telling us the driver's name is no use because there will be so many drivers with that particular name. But if you tell us the trip ID or the driver's ID, then we can search our database and find the driver quickly. Now boys, girls, when you enter driver ID, how many drivers will show up? When you enter driver ID, how many drivers are going to show up? Only one driver is going to show up. Similarly in Platinum, when we type a student ID, how many students are going to show up? Only one student is going to show up. Now listen to my words very carefully, okay? The field that contains unique values about a record. Listen to my words carefully. The field that has a unique value about a record. What do we call that field? We call that field the primary key field. Can everyone remember this? The field that contains unique data about every record. We call that field the primary key field. Can everyone remember this? Okay, the field that contains unique data about every record, that field is what we call the primary key field. Now everyone, you all told me driver ID is the primary key here, right? You all told me the driver ID has unique values, hence the driver ID should be primary key here. Shall I prove it to you all? Look here, when I come into design view, boys, girls, look here. Can you all see? Driver ID, can you all see the key symbol next to it? What does the key symbol tell you? It is the primary key field. The driver ID is the primary key field. Now look at this example over here and tell me. Boys, girls, look at this example over here and tell me. Who do you think should be the primary key here in example table 5.1? Song title. What do you all think? Agree with her or disagree with her? Isn't it possible for two songs to have the same title? It is possible. So typically what would you do? It's possible for two songs to have the same song title. Add another field. And what will that field be called? Song ID. You would tell whoever is designing the database, you would tell them, hold on, you are going to run into a lot of problems because it's very much possible two songs will have the same title. So I recommend you add one more field which we call song ID. Assign a unique number to every song. So when you are referring to a song, refer to it by its ID number. Are we okay with this? Okay, boys, girls, everyone? Sounds good. Look at this example here. What happened over here? Every song has a unique ID. So when I call 001, only one song will show up. Are we okay with this? Right. Can you all read the meaning of primary key again? A field in a database that is used as a unique identifier for a record. Okay? Right. Then boys, girls, now look at this fellow. Look at this please. Everyone, we have the driver table here now. Everyone saw the driver table here. Who is the primary key in the driver table? The driver ID, right? Now in the booking table, I have to note down who the driver is for every booking. Agreed? Boys, look here below. Girls, look here below. For every booking, I have to record who is the driver. Am I going to manually type all these details again in the booking table? It will be a complete waste of time and complete waste of space. You already have all the driver's details in the driver table. Why are you typing those details again for every booking? You're wasting space, right? Imagine every time driver ID 1 takes a booking, we are noting down his name, his gender, his contact, his address. Every time he takes a booking, it's a waste of space. You're wasting space. So guys, girls, what do we do? In the booking table, do we note down all the driver's details or just their ID? We note down only their ID. When a driver accepts a booking, we don't note down all their details. We only mention their ID. When I have their ID, can I get all their details? When I have their ID, can I get all their details? Answer is yes. When you give me the driver ID, I can give you all their details. Now boys, girls, look here. Driver ID is a primary key here, agree? Driver ID is a primary key here. When a primary key is used in another table, what do we call it? A foreign key. My bad. Okay, when we use a primary key in another table, we call it a foreign key. Or in simple words, a foreign key is what? A primary key from another table. A foreign key is basically a primary key from another table. Okay, what about the customer table? In the customer table, who is the primary key? Customer ID. Can you see, guys, in the booking table, we don't note down all the customer details again. What do we note down? We only note down the customer ID. So customer ID is a foreign key. The customer ID is a foreign key. Boys, girls, okay with this? Then the next one is going to be a bit confusing. Can everyone read the next one? Composite key. Some tables will have more than one primary key field. When you have more than one primary key field, you have 2, 3, 4 fields working together. What do we call them? We call that composite keys. Everyone okay with this? When you have 2, 3 fields working together to identify a record, we call those 2, 3 fields, we call it what? We call it a composite key. Boys, girls, okay with this? Okay, so basically a composite key is a key that has 2 or 3 or maybe more primary keys. Okay, everyone, can you all read the meaning of that? Okay, right now for me to give you all a real example of composite key is going to be a bit difficult right now. Okay, but guys, did you understand primary and foreign? Did you all understand? Everyone, primary and foreign understood, right? Okay. Primary key is the field that contains unique values, and the foreign key is a primary key from another table. What is a composite key, guys? A composite key is a key that has 2 or 3 fields working together to identify a record. Okay, right. I'm going to put a mark here and we're going to get into past paper questions now. Everyone over here, I'm going to put a mark. Okay, can you all open up your previous topic 4 tute? What's the date today? 22nd. Topic 4, I didn't bring men, it will be downstairs. Okay, right. Boys, girls, everybody, can we have a look at topic 4 now? Everyone, topic 4, please. Topic 4, please. Let's do one data flow diagram and maybe one more flow chart. Might take a little too much of time. Everyone, boys, girls, come on. Topic 4. Can everyone come down to page number? Everybody, page number. We'll do this second, we'll do this first step. Boys, girls, data flow diagram, okay? Okay, a service station has 4 self-service fuel pumps. Everyone know what's a self-service fuel pump? Now in Sri Lanka, when you go to the petrol station or the fuel station, you have an attendant who pumps fuel from the machine into your vehicle, right? Boys, agree with me? So what do you tell the person? What do you tell the attendant? You tell him what type of fuel and how many liters or how much to pump for, isn't it? Then he enters it into the machine and then he pumps it into your vehicle. Isn't it in self-service what happens? You have to do it yourself, but you have to tell it to whom? You have to tell your requirements to the machine. You have to tell your requirements to the machine and then remove the nozzle and plug it into your vehicle. Isn't it? Okay? Keep that in mind, okay? You have to talk to a machine. Okay? Right. So everybody, there are 4 pumps. What are the pumps numbered? Numbered 1 to 4. Each pump can dispense petrol and diesel. Each pump can dispense petrol and diesel. The pumps measure the volume of fuel dispensed in liters. Customers pay for the number of liters shown on the pump display. Here is a partially completed data flow diagram for purchasing fuel. So everyone, do you all see here? What is in the middle, guys? In the middle, what do we have? Pump fuel, calculate total, handle money. These are all processors. Then customer is a input, or we say source. The customer is a source. And then on the fuel transaction and D2 are data storage points, places where data is being stored. So everybody, I told you all, when answering these questions, look at what first? The source, the process, or data store? Look at the process, right? Right. Now boys, girls, what have they told us here? Read page number 17. Complete the table to show the names for the items labeled A to F. Okay, our very first question that we are doing. So guys, in the process of pumping fuel, everyone, look at my cursor. In the process of pumping fuel, the customer is giving his fuel requirements. In the process of pumping fuel, the customer is giving his fuel requirements. Then guys, those requirements are being stored in a file known as fuel transactions. Fuel transaction. In that process, guys, two things are being stored over here. What do you think those two things would be? The price and the amount. You show a price. The customer is giving his fuel requirements. You tell me, when you go to a petrol station, what would you tell the attendant? Would you tell him the price of fuel? He doesn't care. What would you tell him? The fuel type. You would tell him whether you want petrol 92 or 95 or diesel. You would tell him the type. And you would also tell him the number of, the volume basically. You would tell him the type of fuel and the volume. Very nice. Now can you all note it down? Fuel type and, guys, you all write it there. And then the next page you have to write it properly, okay? So everybody over here, fuel type, and then B will be your volume. B will be your volume. Then guys, you can see process 1 is done. Now come down to process 2. Process 2 is where calculating of total takes place. Okay? So when it comes to calculating the total, everybody, the customer is giving something. In return, you can see there are two inputs happening in calculate total. What are the two inputs? Not two, there are three. So we are jumping. No, we have to look at C first. Everyone, we have to look at C. Everybody, in calculating total, we are looking here, okay? In calculating total, the fuel type and fuel volume is taken. The price per liter is being taken from where? The price per liter is being taken from C. What do you think C will be? Cash. Remember, what is this symbol? Data storage, right? This is a data storage. So what do you think we should call it? Fuel prices, isn't it? Fuel prices database or fuel prices. So guys, this will be our fuel prices. This is where all our fuel prices are stored. Okay, fuel prices. Fuel prices. So then guys, to calculate the total, the price per liter is given, the fuel type, fuel volume is given, and then ultimately the total cost is given to the customer. What is the customer giving to calculate total? This is a bit difficult for us to answer because we don't have the system in Sri Lanka. To calculate the total, the customer has to give something. The customer has to tell which machine he is using, which pump is he using. Did he use pump 1, pump 2, pump 3 or pump 4? Didn't the examiner tell that to us at the beginning here? There are 4 pumps. And when it comes to calculating the total, the customer must tell which pump he used. I used pump number 1. You get it? So everybody, I don't expect you all to know the answer because this is not something we are familiar with. The answer here is pump number. To calculate the total, you have to mention the pump number. You have to mention this. Then guys, look at the next process. When it comes to handling money process, The customer is giving something and the output of that process is change. Change is being given to him. So what do you think the customer is giving? He's giving money, right? That's how he's getting change now. In the process of handling money, the customer gives the money and in return, the output of the process is he gets a change. So everybody, E will be money or cash. He gives cash and he gets change. E will be cash. There is one more process below that. F. The output of F is a receipt is being given to customer. So what do you think F is? F is a process now. What do you think the process will be? Where the output is a receipt. Printing receipt, generating receipt, printing invoice. No, we'll use the same word receipt. No, printing receipt. So in the process of printing receipt, the output is what? The receipt is given to the customer. Okay, boys, girls. So here we have printing receipt or generating receipt. Printing receipt. Boys, girls, your answers can't remain here. Your answers have to come down. I'm not writing it, but can you all write it, please? Can you all fill these boxes one by one? Everyone, fill these boxes below. Done? Because your answer is not supposed to be here. Right, boys, girls, I'm moving down. Everybody. Shame all of you all. Guys, can you all answer question number 1 now? Question number 1, please. Anika has a small baby. She wants to use a new IT system to monitor the baby's health. The system uses a device inside the baby's dummy pacifier. Okay, this is what you call a pacifier here, what they put in the mouth. Okay. The pacifier, what does the pacifier do, boys? It monitors the baby's temperature and sends an alert if the temperature goes too high. Boys, are you all with me? What does the pacifier do? It can monitor the baby's temperature and send an alert if the temperature goes too high. It can be located if it is lost. Wow. It works with a smartphone. The pacifier works with a smartphone. Give 4 ways in which a system could accomplish these tasks. So guys, what shall I say? Shall we go in order? Monitors the baby's temperature. How is that possible? Thermometer, right? Okay, shall we write that down? You can say the pacifier could contain a sensor such as a thermometer, that can continuously collect data about the baby's temperature. Okay, now it's collecting data. How is it going to, where is it going to send this data? It can continuously collect data about the baby's temperature. And then guys, how does the alert work? Sensor. So we already spoken about thermometer. GPS. Bluetooth to the smartphone. The smartphone will notify.
RFID.
Okay. Bluetooth, RFID is too close, no? RFID is also okay. We'll go with Bluetooth. Yeah. That can continuously collect data about the baby's temperature. Okay. Then via Bluetooth, the what? The pacifier and smartphone can be paired. then via Bluetooth, the pacifier and smartphone can be paired. Using an app on the smartphone, using an app on the smartphone, using an app on the smartphone, what will happen? Data from the pacifier can be collected and monitored. When the collected temperature is above a predefined reading. You know what predefined reading means? So you will say in the app you will have a setting that says if the temperature goes above 101, notify me, alert me. Okay? When the collected temperature is above a predefined reading, the app would automatically notify the parent via a we said notify, now would automatically notify the parent via a notification. Now in order for this pacifier to work, what should be inside it? Batteries have to be there, right? And imagine you're putting this very thing inside the baby's mouth. You guys didn't get me, right? This is a horrible gadget, isn't it? Okay, the examiner didn't think it through. You're putting a gadget which has a battery inside it, couple of wires inside it, inside the baby's mouth. And have you seen how babies deal with these things? Do they just keep and look at it? No, they try to open it, they try to pull it, they try to, horrible. Trying to electrocute the baby. Anyway, what do we do next? Sorry? That's what. Not necessarily eat even this. He will be. This will be in the baby's mouth the whole time, right? Can get an electric shock even. Sorry? Yeah. It's liquid, right? Keep going, guys. How can it be located if lost? GPS. Using RFID maybe. Okay. What RFID? Active or passive? Active. No, it can have a battery built into it. Okay. Using RFID technology. Using RFID technology, the pacifier can be tracked from the smartphone. Right, boys, girls, read the marking scheme answer. Will everyone read the marking scheme answer, please? Question number one's answer. Everyone read question number one's answer below. So did we miss out on anything there? Question one's answer says temperature sensor, we said moisture sensor that activates the pacifier, a wireless transmitter in the pacifier that sends data temperature to smartphone app, RFID, we spoke about that. LED light to show when it is on. A speaker. The examiner really didn't think this through. This is a bad device. By the way, I think Esanda, you said GPS, right? They have accepted it here. Accept GPS as a plausible option for location. They have said to accept it. Boys, girls, everyone, we said the alert will come from the phone, right? Because I never thought about a speaker inside a pacifier. But the examiner has a speaker that sounds if the temperature goes too high. So I hope the examiner accepts, because our answer is more baby friendly than his answer, right? Having a speaker instead of a pacifier, no, we're going to scare the baby, isn't it? Exactly, I also don't know. So our answer is more practically correct than this. Right, everybody, boys, girls, everyone, tomorrow we continue with our practicals. Okay, bring your laptops, all that. A lot of work to do tomorrow. Guys, girls, all of you, we are stopping at this point. Okay, until we meet again tomorrow for our practicals 2024 JavaScript question. Take care, stay safe, see you all tomorrow at the same time.